This woman, I met her via Zoom 3 months ago. Okay, am I supposed to go that way? She's also giving me directions.
Yeah,
so
go up a little bit more.
Tracy's giving me the directions. My GPS has messed with me too much today, so I'm trusting my good friend Trace.
Don't trust me on the worst.
She says don't trust her. She's the worst.
Take a left somewhere.
Okay, so we're taking a left somewhere. So what we're doing is Tracy reached out to Andrea Suarez. Andrea runs an organization called We Heart Seattle, and it's a nonprofit, right?
Nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit, and they go and they help the homelessness issue that's happening in Seattle. They go and they do outreach, which is one of the things that Tracy and I are doing. She's going to take me to some areas, and we're going to talk to some people, and we're going to do some cleaning up because it's important and it's very prevalent in our city right now. But we're going to hear more from Tracy, and I'm setting this kind of up for you guys, so you guys join us on Facebook when we talk more. But Tracy
she said Massachusetts, but it does. I don't know if it goes through.
I can probably whip around.
How about the light?
Okay.
There's a car coming on here, though.
We'll be okay. I know, it's like we're going playing chicken.
There's like a cement thing.
Oh, there is a cement thing.
Yeah.
We're learning. So, Tracy, this woman who does not want to be on camera very much. 90 days ago, you guys, we were talking. We were Zooming. She was in a hotel with Andrea. Andrea was trying to get her into some kind of housing. Now, Tracy, you had told me that you had several doors shut in your face. You were sober. And because that happened, you kind of ended up back out on the streets.
I don't know what I told you. I was high. So, I mean, I'll be real. I've had many opportunities with the Y, Dawn, the domestic violence, other shelters, rest. I was high. I was unable to deal with any of my trauma. So I did have opportunity. I was unable and unwilling to accept what was offered to me.
I think that's so important, is because you're admitting right now, like, you were unwilling and unable. So
at 6 we're gonna take a right.
Okay, a right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
So now tell me, is that when you were out there on the streets, what is kind of the sentiment from others? Were people in the same boat as you? Were they not willing, or were people willing?
None of us talked about it on the street. It was about getting high, surviving. It was, I mean, at first I remember calling places and the door was shut and I couldn't get, and I don't know, I couldn't comprehend anything really. When I got to, where was I? Jesus, how did I even get to? Oh, I know, the last town I remember really being homeless in was Ballard. Okay. And I slept in front of the library on a bench. Okay. Got high. I was off looking for someone. And somewhere right in, did I miss it? It's like maybe down a little bit.
Maybe it's that way.
Oh, it's either that way or that way.
Okay, we'll find it.
It's either this way or that way. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
Anyway, I felt like the whole town was telling me to leave, and I got to a tent place, which was Tent City 3, got high there, got kicked out, thank you for the opportunity, and ended up at Camp United We Stand. That's where I got clean. I started in AA, tried that route. I think it's up here by that big yellow building, maybe. If not,
we'll turn around and we'll go see.
It is what it is.
Cool.
Anyway, I did stay clean for 9 months. I quit AA. I wanted to kill myself. I actually took Tylenol. Thought that would do it. So quit. But during that time, I had nothing was my fault.
Okay, no accountability.
No, okay. There was nothing. Okay. Everything was everyone else's fault. Okay. Still waiting for the one that I love. And he got out of jail, found me. I got high, followed him, and he went that way, another whole incident. And I'm going to say I'm grateful for the incident, because I wouldn't have been looking through my papers and remembered things that I have done when I was in shelters. Okay.
So you became a little accountable.
Oh my gosh, I can go back to probably about the age of 3 of things that happened, memories, things that I've asked, in my 30s when I met biological father, that whole ordeal. And just things that make sense now as to my story. So yeah, a lot of accountability. I had to learn to forgive others and understand, maybe break the cycle of why I do the things I do, or why I did the things I did, way I was raised, thank God, maybe I won't do that with my children. So they have a better life. Maybe my ex-husband, maybe someday he'll be able to look at the cycle repeating in the family. And so a lot of that, which then, you know, I'm not making excuses. I'm saying that this is what has happened. So
I think it's this.
anyway, I called and I was at Camp United We Stand. I think it's right up there by this
Platte,
bridge.
right? This Platte? Isn't she say it's Platte?
Right past it. We have to go past it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's right around here on the other side. Maybe,
Okay.
Yeah, on 4th Street.
Okay.
Anyway, so with Camp United We Stand, I stood there for 12 months.
Oh, wow.
And it got, I learned a lot. It was good. I learned a lot. Then I got high, and then I left. I had to go. It became the drinking of people and, yo, bitch, do this, and it was just time to run.
Okay.
I made it to Bitter Lake for, I think, 36 hours and called Andrea.
Oh, wow.
And I said, help me now. I didn't care. At that point, I'm done.
Is this where I'm parking or where I should go?
Well, you can go further. No, we can
That
go
way?
up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can go by the encampment.
Okay.
But in the last 90 days, she took me to the hotel.
So how did you get how did you find Andrea?
Okay, so Andrea came in when I was at Camp United We Stand. Andrea came in. She just came in and I was taking notes. I was the camp secretary. And so...
So I guess over here?
Just pull up right around.
Should I just park right here?
Go up here by the truck.
Okay.
By the van.
Okay.
Andrea came in. I had to take notes so I could send it to the board on what happened. And she said, I have a solution. There's Bybee House in Oregon, explaining what, you know,
Yes,
if you
I
want
remember
out.
that conversation.
And so I remembered that. And then she said she picks up garbage. So I asked her, can I go? I mean, she was going to clean up a park. Can I go with you? And she said, yeah. And that's how I got to know Andrea. She's gonna go clean shit up. And I respect that. I didn't like me being a mess.
Right.
So that's how I got to meet Andrea. And I had her number because I did the camp notes and I wanted to go volunteer.
Oh, okay.
So when I was done, I'd fucking call Andrea, because every time I called someone else, oh, you know, we're waiting, or oh, this or that, or oh, with COVID, you can't do anything. And I had no one.
Yeah.
So I called her. She was there, got me in a hotel, got me to Jan and Pete's, and told me about Uplift, how to get a job. I can get the fuck out of where I'm at. Sorry, guys. And that's
okay.
That's.
So now you're working.
I
you
have
an
a
apartment.
job. I have an apartment. Got call Social Security might be going off with the disability. Yeah, might be. It's telling them I don't need that after 20 years.
You guys, this is huge.
I don't do drugs. I'm very grateful.
High five, girl. High five.
Very grateful. Hopefully get my kids, get to see them and talk to them. They started school, so.
Okay, we're praying. Prayers up for that you continue on this path, and we're going to be here for it. Now, I want to know, when you're out here, did you feel hopeless? Did you feel like there were opportunities for you? Did you feel, what did you feel? Did you feel stuck? Or did you feel like I can get out of this when I want?
At which point?
Gosh, I guess any point, did you feel like you could get out of it?
No.
Or, okay, so you felt like once you were in there, you were
when
there.
I was down, I had no idea. I mean, I can remember being hungry. I can remember waking up on Easter. Not this last Easter, the one before. I didn't have shoes on. I had nothing. Nothing. No one to call. No one. Couldn't talk to my family. No one. So I wanted to, so many times I'll just go buy some heroin, which I never did, and just OD. I'll do this, I'll do that. And I felt like it didn't matter what I did, so it was bad. It was bad. I've never felt so fucking worthless in my life.
So how do you get out of it? What's the solution? Right? Because like you said, you weren't even coherent to want the help.
I couldn't deal with what had happened, with my mom dying, with my marriage, with things that have happened when I was younger. I had no idea how to do anything. What happened? I don't know. I went to a camp, and I remember one of the times before I got sober for the 9 months, I went out, I got high. I was going to do it my way. And I got $10 worth of meth, and I shared it with 3 people. I walked down the street. I'm going to close that how I want to. I do not ever recommend to people, close that chapter. Go buy a little bit, do it, close it. I don't recommend that.
Yeah, don't recommend that. Yeah.
No. Nor do I recommend weaning down off. But that's when I got high last time, I weighed myself down. I was done.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was just I wanted a different life. I wasn't
But
ready.
you wanted that. You have to want that, right?
When I got in, well, you have to want it. I always wanted my kids. I didn't know. I couldn't face the fear. I couldn't face the judges, the things that happened. What happened with my friends from AA, my friends from the church, where I lived for 20 years. There was no one. Then the one person I did have always with my mother died. I mean, I had, and then Bryce and taking. You finally have someone that you think you can trust, and just being ripped from your arms like my kids were and my mom, and there was just no one. And then little by little, I started to feel like this isn't me. How do I say it? I've been a fighter all my life.
Been a fighter.
Fucking bitch. Yeah. And when I wanted something, I got it. I don't like to lose. And I think maybe in the back of my head, I thought, honestly, how I felt, and I'm going to say this: if I die, my ex-husband wins. I'm gonna say that. He wins. Oh, I told you. See, she's an addict. She's this. She's that. She's that. And something. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't care what you throw at me. I don't care what you do. You took everything. I'm still their mother. And you're not gonna win. I'm not going to allow that. And so little by little, just step by step, something positive every day. Something, you got this. And I speak to myself, come on, you stupid bitch. Okay. People say, don't do that. Okay, that's me.
That's how it feels though?
That's me. The doctors,
I know, I'm sitting here like, no, girl.
My arm off. Doctors, they were going to amputate my arm.
Oh.
Okay, so, and I had a therapist tell me, well, I don't know why we're going to, I told him, no, I'm not going to sign the papers. Fucking no. We'll see if it goes dead, then you can cut it. No.
Yeah.
Okay, it works fine.
Yeah.
I had a therapist tell me, oh, while you're in here, you're never going to be able to use it again. Okay, I'm gone. I am home working this out as a child. And I remember, don't fucking ever tell me no. Don't. And I started to get just a little bit back of that bite, that spunk. And every day it got better. So.
And now we're out here helping others and cleaning and trying to provide kind of some hope for other people. And that's what we're going to do today.
I don't ever want anyone to go down the trail I went down. Ever.
But people are, right? So we're doing what we can to get their stories, to find out what they need, what they want. I mean, at that juncture, because I've never been high out of my mind, Tracy. So at that space in your life, do you know what you want? Do you know how to pull yourself?
Hit.
So how do you change your mind to want out?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just had to remember, I can't let him win.
Yeah.
I didn't like to lose.
Yeah.
I don't lose well.
She doesn't lose. We don't lose well.
Yeah,
And that's why we're out here.
Go team.
Go team.
That's what I say.
Do you like my shirt, by the way?
What's it say? Mean people say. Yeah, absolutely.
Mean people suck,
Do you
guys.
like mine? What's it say?
What does it say?
Don't wish for it.
Don't wish for it, work for it.
And on
Girl.
the back it says determined.
Determined. She's a fighter. Okay, so we just got here. We are outside of one of these big industrial buildings. This is just outside. It's kind of it's in the Sodo neighborhood, y'all. So this is what we're working on. What's up? No, you're good.
Say one thing.
Do you want me to get off live? Is this secret?
No. I just don't know how Lex will feel. I'd like to be able to talk to her.
Okay, let's do that.
I don't want to walk up right. I need to.
Okay, we're gonna have respect, and we're gonna allow Tracy to kind of talk and get the bearings about before we start filming on Facebook. So I'm gonna pop off while we get our gear together and get life together. So head over to Facebook. We're gonna continue this conversation and continue to stream this.
One thing.
Yeah, Mom. Okay, hi friends. So earlier on, if you guys were joining me on my Instagram, I was talking with Tracy. Tracy is someone who's been homeless in our area for years, and she 3 months ago actually got a home. 3 months ago I met her. Now she has an apartment. She is turning her life around, and she's now out here doing some homeless outreach. We're in Sodo. So Tracy is the one sitting here, and Andrea is this one. Andrea Suarez runs We Heart Seattle. It is a nonprofit organization that helps with homeless outreach, and that's what they're doing right now. They are cleaning up this encampment right now, working on making sure that this area is safe for the folks who are living here and clean, and they come out here and do this kind of outreach. Obviously, there are some security guards here as well that are with these neighboring companies. But so Tracy right now is talking to, we're going to stand over here to respect her space a little bit. So Tracy's talking to Lex. She is an 18-year-old woman who lives here in this RV and has been living here for quite a while. And she has admittedly told me she is on drugs. She is addicted to drugs, and she wants help. She wants to get out of here. She wants to be able to be with her mom, who's in Everett. She has a younger sister who's in Bothell, who's 10 years old, who she desperately wants to be able to be with. So Tracy here brought her some clothes and some provisions, and right now they're talking about options for relocating. Lex is open to the idea. She's open to the idea of relocating. Her hesitancy, she has been relocated a couple of times throughout her life. She got kicked out from her home when she was 12. So she has gone through the system in a bunch of different ways. So one of her hesitancies, one of the things that's been really, really hard for her is how fast things happen. I didn't even think about this, but she was telling me that when they're relocated, it happens so quickly. Everything is thrown at them at once. It's like, here's your new home, here's this, get clean, sober, all of this, like in a day. And they give up, right? They go, I can't, it's too much, too fast. And so they give up and they fail and they end up back on the street. So we're hoping that this option is one that would potentially be a safe option. So we're gonna stay back here and be a little quiet.
They didn't go to the trauma, they went straight to the addiction. Okay, see, that's what happened. That's that's the problem. They want to go straight to, you are an addict, you have a disease, you must do 90 meetings in 90 days. Right, and what I'm saying is no one dug deeper than what happened. They put you on the street at 12. That's so that's why I can see the whole AANA thing this time, because it went deeper than that. I'm not saying anything wrong.
Lex, have you had a counselor? Have you ever talked with a counselor?
That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
The whole, and she like it. Their steps are harder than AA. They're fucking way harder.
Narcotics Anonymous?
You know that's why I didn't do it? Hell no, I saw that book. I said, oh, hell no. No, it's way more in depth.
NA is more in depth than AA?
Oh, look at the book, look at the steps. Yeah, that's why I never went.
Oh, okay.
I took a look at it. I was like,
now, Lex, you were in NA?
yeah, she
You go all the time?
My mom went to AA, my dad went to NA.
Okay.
My whole life I've been the care section.
Oh, yeah.
So I did a little care section.
Wow.
So you knew.
So she's trying to get help. She's going to NA.
That you knew if ever you could run into an Al-Anon club. Right? You knew that. Okay. That's a good thing. Kids that are brought up in it, they know it wherever you are. It doesn't matter where you are. Anywhere. No matter what country. Go to that.
Al-Anon?
You will have.
Because that's the
Al-Anon
adult
club,
kids
whatever.
of AA, yeah, right?
Absolutely.
So have people talked to you about like the underlying cause of why you're out on the streets, or has it just been fix you?
That's what we
Actually, the only times that it's been more
Really? They're not going into what happened to you. So there's a book, like Oprah is coming out with a book, not like why did you do that, but what happened. So it's literally what happened to you is what it's called, because our traumas from the past are so powerful, right? And if they're not addressed, then if you're not getting to the root of it, then where are we? We're here in Sodo is where we are if we don't get to the root of it, right? So what are the options for somebody like you, Lex? What are the options out there? Are there any, or?
Okay, I will say,
Yep.
I will say that the option, what I looked at, I don't know for her. I know that when I was looking for more trauma space,
Hang on, Mama.
and that focuses on the trauma first, and then what I found out when I called, and I have it in my book, $7,000 special that 35 and 11% that way out.
Wait, so you've gotten...
So that is, and I have it.
Well,
written
where do you
down.
get that money?
Right, where do you? You want me to write you a check? I can probably go steal some from somewhere and write you a check, or make some up for you. Exactly. You can. So it's private funded, where you have someone with you, where you have a check, you have this, you have this. So you can count, you literally have someone walking you through it.
So how do you meet that person that will walk you through it all?
Right
How do you...
now,
Yeah.
How we're doing it is just how we're doing it.
So Andrea is the
I
godsend.
called Andrea. Now here's the thing though. Andrea hasn't been on the street. So when I talk to her about that or the shelter or whatever, Andrea's like, oh fuck, don't we have a counselor? I mean, and I'm rude, shouldn't say fuck, shouldn't cuss, but
Yeah.
or like my sister, can't talk to Andrea about that. And I said, well, no, because Andrea says you can't talk to this person. So what we have right here is two people that have been there that knows.
It's just a slight difference.
There.
There's a, like, yeah, it's just two different, like, you can't, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, there's a person who's on the streets and there's a person who hasn't, and then there's a way to streets.
Yeah, just like how I said, I'm ignorant to this. I don't know. So tell me, talk to me, because I didn't have a silver platter, but I don't understand what you're going through, Lex. And so yeah, there is going to always be that.
I don't know how to find people that you can talk to, like the one that is at $27,000 or $35,000
Yeah, okay.
for the 30-day or 60-day thing.
Okay.
I don't know because I didn't have the money, and no one wanted to stay here. And there's no GoFundMe page because they let's get her in there.
Yeah.
Me, I just kind of dealt with it and went, okay, now what?
Yeah.
But I had a purpose. Andrea gave me that purpose.
Okay.
So
Lex, do you feel like you have a purpose? You feel like you can get one. I love that. No, that's amazing. I feel like that's beautiful. That's hope. That means you have hope. That means you haven't given up on yourself. That's amazing. Think about that. So she just said too, the counseling happens interpersonal between people that are living on the street. They aren't getting outreach from mental health professionals. That's helpful from what I'm hearing. So what would the solution be? Because we could do a GoFundMe for Lex, right? We could get her into a space. Okay, but that's not going to fix, there's thousands of people like Lex, right? So how do we, what can we do? What's the fix?
Honestly, stick together like this. And then she, God willing, and she will say, yes, let's go. Get her wherever we can get her to get the help. I don't know. That's why I'm calling Robin.
So is it a slow?
It's a freaking process. I would like to take her and get that way. Have someone with me from the street that can now go. There's two of us now, that can go, or anyone else, that has been here and wants to, that can reach out and help someone else. That's so that no one does.
And you have to want the help.
You have to accept the help. If you're not ready, just say so. It'll break my heart. But there's someone else that might want it, and you might want it later. Right.
So, but we talked earlier that you have to want the help, right? So if we want to, you can't fix humans, right? These are human lives. So, but how do we make this, what's a solution to what we're seeing out here? So if we're saying, okay, this is the option, you have to want it. How do you get yourself to a space where you want it? If you're on drugs, how do you get...
There's just days you wake up and you're just hoping someone cares. For me.
Okay.
That someone God, give me a number. Give me someone that just has to believe, let's go.
Someone cares.
Someone freaking cares. No matter what. She can't tell me anything that is going to make me not like her. Hate her. Nothing. Not love her at all.
Same. I've known her for about 5 minutes and I adore her.
Ever. She's not going to shock me.
Yeah.
Anything that she would ever have to share.
Yeah.
That she's been done to her, it's not going to ever change.
Yeah.
You have to know that. For me.
And you've accepted that, right? Like you go into this knowing.
I can tell everything. I know one person. that I can tell. I don't share.
Someday I'm going to be one of those people, Trace. I know it. We're going to talk about a lot of things, girl, you and I. Yeah, and you have to, again, accept where someone is. And like you said...
Love people until they can love themselves.
Yeah.
Don't just wait for them to, oh, hey, it looks good. And I'm going to say, hey, it looks good on Facebook. I love you. Oh, hey, got a house. Hey, I can see you now. Oh, hey, you took a shower. Oh, hey, you don't have a bubble in your hand. You know what? Love people. That's it. The good, the bad, the ugly. All of it. Either love me or I don't care. But don't be fucking fake.
Right. Don't be fake. Like you said, like you're becoming the version of yourself, learning through your experiences. And Lex, that's all you can hope to, right? And you're open to the idea. You have.
Like, oh my God.
I know you're like this girl, like has squashed my heart. She is amazing. I'm like, I have to meet her. Yeah. So we called Robin.
I'm still waiting for Robin. What we can do, and that's up to Lexi, because Robin's working. What we can do is, if she's ready, and we don't hear from, I don't hear from Robin, we can put her in a hotel on her word, because I don't think she's going to promise something unless she means it.
Would you want to do that?
That she's not going to come back. You have to say, I'm not going to come back. It would be your first promise.
Something is today.
You can't go today.
Something to watch.
Okay, but we can get the information, and I can come back tomorrow when you're ready. But we can talk to Robin today. That's what I'm hoping for.
One step at a time, and that's what you were saying. Is it happens so fast, and it can be overwhelming for you, and that's what you're worried. It sounds like that's what you're worried about, is to just being overwhelmed and then ending up right back here. Yeah.
Or being afraid, sitting in that hotel. I'm going to tell you,
Yeah, tell me. You were kind of explaining that. Tell me a little bit more about that, Tracy. When you shut the door, what happened?
I still was in survival mode. I still was hemming and hawing and wanting to get high. When I was at the hotel and I did get high, I was and then I made it to the shelter. I got high there once and I threw up. I knew I was done. I knew I'm done. But when you leave, I don't know if it's Lex, but when you leave and go shut that door, okay, put your shoulders down, relax, right? And what I've learned is more trauma that we've been through and blocked out will surface.
In the quiet.
Yeah, so that's why I run and I work myself. I don't like to talk because I'm still alone now. I don't have what I want and what I know I need to be able to just chill. So I don't. Sitting here right now is very hard.
Is that how you are too? You feel like if you stop, you think about too much, or what? Yeah. Yeah. Hi there.
Huh? You're good. I'll step away. You're good.
So is it kind of like, we talked a little bit about,
I need that really calming.
I know. We talked a little bit about that, like in the quiet, those are the moments that you feel those things. Is it like, so I know through my counseling and what I've learned, like when we have a trauma response, like your amygdala's offline. Your amygdala, it's like it's something in your brain that is like a trauma response center. And basically it's like fight or flight. Yeah. Like you're always, like your cortisol levels are always spiked because you're always in a fight or flight situation. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if that's why when you are quiet and you're calm, you're able to come down and you're no longer offline. And so you're all of a sudden going, oh crap, that's all this stuff.
I don't know anything of what you just said at all, and I am completely confused.
I'm learning about all of the trauma
I'm gonna say
stuff.
That the fight or flight is real.
Do you feel like you've been living in that?
For me, it's a mask that triggered me at that stupid stadium. Someone had just choked me in SeaTac, and then I had to go put a mask on and it choked me, and so I became just a bitch to these people that are giving me a job, and then I ran. I'd go, and thank God, Uplift. They deal with people that we have trauma. We have the trauma that all of us have our triggers.
Yes,
fight or flight. For me, it's just I don't know if it's fight or flight mode. I think it's always fight when I'm on the street, or just
See, but that's
walk,
it. That's it,
watch
right? You're always.
I'm sitting here watching.
Yes, I know
and
you
I'm
are. You're
gonna
like,
walk
come over
away
here,
because
come over
someone's
here.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, you're always elevated. That's
And
what I
I
mean.
want to get to a place to where I don't have to worry about that. And
Yeah.
that still isn't where I'm at.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And that's what I'm saying is like you're always elevated. You're always up to here, right? Like you're on alert.
Yeah, they have Xanax
And
for
so-
stuff like that. But see,
And so then
doctors
when
don't
you're
like
at
to give
home,
that to you when you
not-
admit things.
Yeah, no, you ain't getting any Xanax, sister.
No, I can get it. Trust
So,
me, but no.
but wait. So when you go and you're quiet, that's what I mean. Is you're no longer at a height. You're no
or
longer
when you
on
wake
like.
up crying.
Is that
Or when
been
you
a
wake
reality
up and
for
you
you a lot?
can't breathe, or you wake up and there's a dream that you had, or he's trying to kill you again, or this or that. Try and remember if you had a good dream, and think of that when you wake up.
Now, did you
my
have a
daughter,
hard
I had
time?
a dream of my daughter swimming butterfly, great shoulders, hands, beautiful hair. Okay, I also had another dream that night. I try not to think about that. So remember, try and think of something good. So yeah, it's there. And when you're by yourself and you shut that door, more comes up. And it's not fun. And when you don't have what they say is so important to have to get through it, when's that come?
What is it that?
You need someone that you trust with your life. But apparently I can't have that yet.
So you're
That's
waiting.
a whole nother story.
So you're waiting.
It is what it is. It'll be what it is.
Do you have
Can't
a
do it.
hard time deciphering your dreams from reality, from what happened to you? I know you have a lot
No,
of trauma.
I've had people try and tell me shit and try like hi and say this and that, and I'm like, no, you're trying to feed me. No. If I know it or I remember it, there's no. You're not going to feed me shit that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I know. No, I'm not the one to play that.
Yeah. So
No.
what does it mean to you to like be here? You were saying with Lex, you have a daughter that was 12.
That is 12.
Is 12. So she ended up on the streets at 12. So tell me about what it.
What? Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
Tell me what it feels like to be standing there talking with her, and just wanting to help and wanting a better life for her.
She could have.
And having
She's
to be
so
patient.
sweet.
She
I'm
is
going to
very
be patient. I'm going to be patient.
It's
I'm
gotta be
gonna write.
hard though, right? Because don't you want to
All I
just
can do is
embrace
pray
her and be
about
like,
it.
I want to save you?
And I'm hoping, I think she's in there talking to him to see what's going on. And if he cares about her, he's going to say, go. I love you that much. Go.
Is that her boyfriend?
I don't know.
Some.
Yeah, it's Sean. He's nice. We came and cleaned up their place and got rid of a lot of metal and garbage. They were great. But the thing is that at 12, I'll crush her. This is what she knows.
That's what she knows. She's terrified.
You're right. So 6 years. This is what and this is good. This is good.
Yeah, she's got.
So she's got a
clothes,
story.
She's got, yeah.
I also know that when I said that, you can help someone else on to go down this road. Her family. She saw it. She knows it.
She
And
knows.
that swallow. There was a mom. She don't want that to happen to me.
She doesn't.
No.
You can
But
tell.
she-
What do you know? What happened to her?
No.
Someday maybe.
She
she'll
said.
tell us.
She said I have an idea.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get her into some kind of housing situation. But what like legally is this a problem in the city? Like, are they allowed to be here? What, and
Well,
this is-
I don't know. That's Andrea's expertise.
Okay.
Apparently, you can. Well, I don't know. You can go get like one of these for $1 or $2 at the auction and tow it somewhere. I don't know where you get it.
Like,
and then.
so is this nobody's property or something?
No,
I wonder.
well, actually, on the railroad, what I was told to see the tents over there. It's a blocking. They're on the track.
Oh wow.
So I was told that I don't know who, but someone's coming through with something, and then you need to go and they're going to take your stuff. So we've been trying to get it where we can tow you to, someone I don't know where.
Okay.
That's their thing. I just know that no one should. This is.
So is this?
But they have honey buckets.
They do have honey.
So that's wonderful. That's from me. Shoot, you don't even want to.
Girl, I didn't even have a honey bucket. In half of
No,
my
we had
experience.
bags and we had holes.
No,
and we
this
had
isn't a
sidewalks.
good situation. This is. you know, we make light of it in that respect, but at the end of the day, this isn't a situation that is sustainable or clean or something
No.
that anyone should be living in.
No.
It's nice that they have bathrooms, but they need
They have a
better
honey bucket.
environment.
That's what you can say.
Yeah.
That's the good.
That's the good.
That's the
Guys,
good.
That's the
Okay,
benefit.
that's the good.
That's the silver
And
lining.
and they are under this, so they're
There's
the
some
rain
shade-ish
and you have some shade and it's enclosed. You're out from the
So
weather.
do they get towed out? Like, does this
There
get
are
relocated?
funds that can get this towed to a whole nother area out of their parking lot. I guess they have an armed guard here, is what I was told. Did someone went after
saw the
someone?
armed guard.
Yeah, they have an armed guard here for their employees to come in because someone got high or drunk or someone went after someone.
Oh, God.
You know, not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
No, not a good thing. They
But this
want
is what's
everyone out.
happening
And we're trying
all
to
over.
before whoever it is that does the railroad thing, I was told what they do. Andrea would know. But what I was told, they come in and you're done. Go. And we are taking everything and you'll never see your stuff again.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's not nice. So what Andrea was trying, we're trying to come in here, clean it up, take the garbage, take this, but also say, let's help get you relocated where you don't
Yes.
lose, because this is what you have. This is it.
Yes.
And this means everything. You know, those are, you know. So it's important. You know, they're trying to move people. Absolutely. But where do you go?
I don't know. I don't know, because this is a problem everywhere
Yeah. I know.
in our city. So I'm not sure.
Don't get me started on that. Just did.
I did invite the mayor and the governor to come and hang out with us today. I didn't hear back.
Yeah, I bet. Are they the ones making the rules about the, we don't even,
Sister, don't put me on camera on that. Don't get me on camera. Look at that. You get over there. So we're talking, so Sean is a friend of Lex, and so she's kind of trying to talk to him, to encourage her to go somewhere different. So this is their setup right now. Again, this is in Sodo. And Lex is only 18. She's been out on the streets since she was 12. And get her into a safer area. So let's go over here and talk with Andrea a little bit. Andrea is, as you can see, the back of her shirt says I Heart Seattle. That is her nonprofit that she started. Hey, Andrea.
Hey,
You guys have a...
small, I mean, really, we've been here for not even an hour.
Yeah.
It's just a form of nurturing people that are living here in unsanitary and unsafe conditions. So we feel really good about this type of service that feels like it's very rewarding, very fulfilling, and we just wish more people would help with the garbage. But
Yeah.
the really great thing that just happened right now, and I'm a little bit emotional, just kind of caught me at their time. A gentleman came up and who I've now met several times. He picked up his trash. I've met his dog. We've done outreach with him. He's been living down here in a van for some time. Just asked me to get him the next method of treatment. He's like, on drugs.
Oh my gosh.
There a week ago, or every other day, the model of daily boots on the ground, hyper-local presence daily really builds trust, and people want off these drugs. I swear they do. They just are scared to death they're going to get wet, high, and dry and not have an exit strategy when they're clean. You know, so things like halfway houses and that kind of continuation of care. Here's a variety of case management services.
Yeah.
Throughout the city, but that just
I have to hug you on that. That's huge. That's huge, girl. That's awesome. High five to you. It is the boots on the ground. And if you guys go to her page, We Heart Seattle, they're constantly putting what they're doing for outreach. And that has been your message too, Andrea. It's boots on the ground. It's being out here and it's experiencing it firsthand. And it's extremely important. And like you said, it's that trust factor. It's that these people aren't left behind. That these people have someone who sees them. Because that is what Lex just told me. Lex just had that explanation that they don't feel like they're important. Like they don't feel like anybody cares about them or sees them. So what's the point in changing or fixing anything?
They need a big group hug from everybody that's watching this. Eli, another dude over here, again, building the relationship, being out here regularly, picking trash together as a model. He's like, I'm ready to talk to you about some options that will work for him.
Oh, that's
change
awesome.
of environment.
And he's like, you know, you can hear a lot. I'm not even supposed to be here. This is not, I just got stuck. I'm trapped. I'm, you know, and it's really rewarding when somebody, and I just, you know, I gave him a hug and I'm like, when was the last time somebody gave you a hug? And he,
Oh.
I mean, it's sad. Like,
Oh.
people are just unloved. This is not loving people to leave them here. Lex also told me the other day, she said, I said, hey, this, you know, we're trying to help you guys get services, connected to services, move, but you can't stay here. The trains come to remove people, transit, the businesses are have staff. She goes, why would they allow me to be here in the first place this long? And I thought that is poignant. We have allowed people to fester in this inhumane way of living on top of garbage, on top of their addictions, and all the stuff that happens day and night here that's dangerous for all. So that, to me, is profound.
Yeah.
Again, you're looking for someplace for me to go now. Why did you allow me to continue to be here this long?
And almost put down roots. Like they've got a whole like setup, right? How long? Do you know how long they've been here? While. So what is the solution, Andrea? I mean, I know boots on the ground right now is what you guys can do, and you're busting your hump trying to be everywhere you can, girl. Oh my gosh.
Work on getting off your drugs and work towards employment. The fastest way to housing is getting a job, and if you're capable of even, you know, again, lightweight janitorial, working a stadium, handing out flyers. I mean, this is not difficult options out there, but the fastest way to housing is to get a job. And the best way to get the job, even though there's a lot of low barrier options, is to do what this gentleman did right here, is to get me off these drugs.
But how do they get to a point where they want it? Because that's the other thing, right? Like you and I both have never been on the streets. So how do you go, okay, I'm so high I don't even know where I am, and then to a point where I want a house or I want help? I mean, how do you get sober enough to have that realization that you don't want to be high anymore, I guess?
You have to be at the right place at the right time, and when somebody's ready, you got to be there. Tracy, of course, shared a lot of her stories. She's like, wasn't ready for a long time, but when she was, you don't wait one split second to help that person. Same with the two kids here. They weren't ready to have that moment, even just a week ago. But being here every day for a week, they get that, like, they're not going to give up on me.
Oh my
Here every day, and then they will accept services.
Because they know it wasn't just a ploy. They know it wasn't just something that wasn't for them, right? Because if someone comes one time and is like, oh, look at all this great stuff I'm going to do. Look at this. We're fixing this. And abandons them, right? Never comes back. It's an abandonment again, right?
Lip service is what it is.
Okay. So it needs to be repetitive.
There's not enough city-funded boots on the ground. It's not that they're not trying. There's 12,000 people here in King County. How does a team of 8 people, for example, that work for our boat navigation team get around? Now, as volunteers, I find that the hyper-local work on area, Denny Park, we were there every day for 3 months until everybody accepted housing. Moved back home, tickets home, to shelter, a variety of ways until there was just a few people, and, you know, the city came in and offered city services.
Yeah. So we need more city services potentially, more boots on the ground.
I think it's more outreach.
More outreach. Okay.
Local, so you have a team of people that are talking to the same group every single
Okay.
day.
So almost like districts, like they're assigned to certain areas that they go every day and have a communication, have open dialogue with the people, get to know them, help them out, help them literally get out.
Literally
Okay.
get out.
Get
Literally
out.
Get in my car. We're going to the next methadone appointment right now.
Let's go. Let's
Take
go.
away all the friction.
Yeah. I mean, make it as easy as possible, right? Because most people, I mean, if it's a mental health crisis in any capacity, most people that have a mental health challenge that have a home, it takes a lot to do anything. It takes a lot to do more than one task in a day. So imagine uprooting your whole life and having the energy and need and desire to do that with a mental health challenge. So we've got a lot of work to do. I did reach out to the mayor and the governor, telling them we'd be out here, letting them know that they are welcome to join, letting them know they are asked some questions. I did not hear back, so if I hear back, I will let you know.
Everybody should be boots on the ground. If we were hit with an earthquake, would we be sitting at home on our keyboards and our towers? Everybody would be out here trying to sell the same life.
9/11, what happened? Everybody lined up.
This is no different. This is 9/11.
But why do people see it as different?
Because they drive by and they see garbage on the street, someone with a needle in their arm, and they just get disgusted. That's why they don't get to what's behind that.
Is that what you feel too, Andrea?
Form an opinion, they judge. That's why.
And some of them are
people
veterans, right? I mean,
they're-
some of
they're
them are,
afraid.
many of them are
But
veterans.
They're afraid, but also you hear about the shootings and this and that, and all these horrible things that are happening, right? Or they're afraid of COVID. I mean, COVID.
It's a peer-to-peer rehabilitation, neighbor-to-neighbor, community-to-community rehabilitation in your neighborhood to build relationships with your unhoused neighbors and do everything you can to help them through and out of addiction, homelessness, trauma, DV, sex trafficking,
All of it.
minor trafficking, all of that. Lend them a helping hand. Lend them a
How about
helping
our
hand.
veterans that are out here, or the kids, that I've met? She started at 12. The ones that had to leave the house. Their father was giving them drugs, beating their mother, beating every mother said, run for your life. They ended up on the street. That's who I spoke to.
Wow. So, okay, so people, there's a lot of people that tell me they don't even come down to Seattle anymore. It's not safe. The homelessness crisis is out of control. They don't want to be down here. Is it safe? What do people need to know? What do people need to understand about being in downtown Seattle?
I would say that it is not safe. There was 2 shootings yesterday, a robbing and shooting in Green
There
Lake.
was one right in between my house and the shop.
And Yesler and 3rd. And our unhoused crisis, which comes with crime and addiction and everything in between, it creates a very unstable working, living coexistence for everybody. And I will tell you, I've heard firsthand from one of our folks we helped many months ago. They're still in the throes of their addiction, but they are housed in a tiny house. They were living at Denny Park. He said the fentanyl out there just continues to get more dangerous and more dangerous for all. And he's like, it's affecting people's minds differently. It's 20 times stronger than heroin. That's the foil you see everywhere with the black streak. It's smoking blue pills or blues on the streets. The dealers and pushers are getting $10 a pill. I was up at a park recently, and the cash was, there had to have been $10,000 of cash waved in my face. I was kind of told, loose lips needs to be along. Of course, I'm not there to be an informant of any kind. I'm just taking litter, man. But people are coming and going for selling the blues. I mean, and that's creating, people are getting robbed for their blues, robbed for their cash. A lot of people are carrying these highly demanded drugs and cash, and that's what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing firsthand from my clients. I don't like to use the word, but they're like, and people are making a lot of money, and I see it no different than allowing assisted suicide or manslaughter by allowing these drugs on our streets, getting into the hands of 18-year-olds.
Yeah. So now Sean is going. Does he have a job? Is he going? Where's he going?
I don't know. I
He's got a motorbike and hopping on
try
that.
to see where people are up to, but
Yeah.
he's a wonderful litter picker and volunteer.
Oh, does he come out and help you guys as well?
Yeah, he's been here regularly. We pop in every day, and he's been taking care of his area. And he says, he didn't think anybody cared, and that's a lot of the underlining is it's people are allowed to live this way, and they think nobody cares about them. Truly cares to give them a different out, and that means every single day he wants to get into managed addiction treatment, MAT or Suboxone or methadone, or work with somebody else that had kicked their meth addiction and find ways to give you purpose or change your environment, but showing love and care. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's nice.
7 o'clock. Have fun. Go M's. I'll come back on. Yes, I will provide no matter what. I'll do the
Where's the dog? Oh.
That's the guy that didn't really want to show his face, but he said just now he followed up with me. Am I going to get that back down tomorrow?
That's amazing.
Shame on me. I was stop now. Everything we do is from here till tomorrow morning is getting out of here.
One at a time. One at a time, one foot in front of the other, and it's
Big differences too. And we started this movement of civic engagement through volunteering, picking up trash, intertwining with our unhoused community and building trust they haven't felt. I don't know why. I'm not here to speculate all the rhymes and reasons, but it's a system that seems to be broken or unsustainable for a variety of reasons. We can all argue on, but just giving options and not allowing things, and do it in a community service basis way, not or go to jail.
Now, so in the past when I was with a station and covering the unhoused. Is that the most eloquent and respectful way to speak about what's happening as the unhoused crisis right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
it's a mental, it's behavioral health crisis. It's an addiction crisis mixed with homelessness and poverty. It's a whole mixed bag. And then there's, you know, a very easy scenario where a guy just broke up their old man or lady, and they're living in a tent in a park, and they're like, I'm just, you know, and they're like, okay, I actually have a job.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me get you an apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to these people that are out here living unhoused with a
Interesting.
variety of stories. There's a group of Guadalajarans that are living at Green Lake. It took 15 days to get here last November. And I met them, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Well, we go to the Home Depot jobs up in Shoreline. And I said, well, why don't you go camp there next to Shoreline instead of down here at Green Lake?
Yeah.
Or the police pick us out in Shoreline.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, well, different counties and cities certainly treat our homeless crisis a bit different. But I bring up the Guadalajarans because I'm charmed by them. They're a wonderful group of men, hardworking. They're here to work for 3 years, and they send $1,000 a week back to their family through cash jobs through our Home Depot. I mean,
Wow.
very hardworking. Their families are everything to them, and they're down here now. The question is, you know, pro-immigration, whatever. That's a whole other thing. But we are now allowing people to camp in our city parks that are, you know, there's a variety of people.
So, and that was kind of part of what I was getting at, is when I was working at the station, I was up in Bellingham when they were dismantling an encampment. Now, this question is twofold. The first thing, I saw a ton of advocates, and I'm using air quotes, just bringing coffee and dropping it off. Or, I mean, what do you think about that? Because a lot of people say that that's not helping, that's enabling. So how do you feel about the advocates that are going out and just giving them McDonald's or supplying food to them?
I would say to people that come out and provide tent side service, when there's 8,000 hot meals available at Operation Sack Lunch throughout the city, multiple food pantries, tons of churches open their back doors for hot meals throughout the day, showers and hygiene.
Because some judge said that.
People are in need. They need basic needs. I get it. Send people to the existing services rather than bringing it tent side, because this pile of trash here is 90% spoiled foods. The number one thing everyone in the tier 1 will say is the rats. What draws the rats? So the food, just dumping it in our city parks and shared spaces is an environmental crisis. It's not humane to allow people to suffer and live in that way. I do call it enablement. We arguably are enabling people that we are picking up trash and they're doing their housekeeping. I'm like, I am, but I use it as a very effective way to build trust and show that I am here for you. I'll help you with your trash. It makes the neighbors happy when they are like, well, what can you guys do? It's just like, this is something that shows a difference. It's something that justifies for action.
And like you said, you're building those relationships. You've already had a really, really hopeful conversation. So, yeah.
Multiple success stories out of here already. But what I would say to the folks that bring coffee and tent site services, people actually like to be empowered to need to mosey out for their food, mosey out for their basic needs. You know, give $20 gift card to Safeway and let them come pick out their groceries. You know, just coddling and bringing basic needs directly to the tent is, to me, just not empowerment at all.
Okay.
At all.
Now, the other part that I learned when I was up there is this homeless group specifically, when I had spoken to their self-proclaimed security guard, he had said that they want the RCW overturned. They want fair use of the parks and to be able to openly camp there. Now, do you think that's a solution? And what are people supposed to do that want to enjoy the public parks?
That's where we already have sanctioned campsites throughout the entire Puget Sound Pacific Northwest. That's called a campground. City parks are not legally set up to use as campgrounds. I don't agree with that whatsoever.
And that's kind of the conversation I had. I'm like, well, but this is a public park for the public, and this isn't necessarily a safe space. You
Well,
know,
this is
because
a
we've
public-
got
yeah, this is a public space here. People are coming and going. There's honey buckets and hand stations, which just attracts more people, and it creates an unstable environment for everybody. Everyone I've talked to's got it out for somebody else that moved in recently that wasn't part of their
really? Okay.
community or energy, or you've got different. Frankly, you do have users and pushers and dealers coming and going all here, and I'm not here to get into that, but it creates a volatile situation. It's why there's a armed security guard here that has to be here. It's for the safety of everybody living here. And this gentleman that's just walking by to go into Seattle on this beautiful bike trail.
yeah.
With the mental disabilities and the addiction and experiencing houselessness and homelessness and all of that combined, it creates too much of an unpredictable community for a shared space. We want them to be safe. We want them to be safe. We want anybody walking through here to be safe. Everybody needs to be safe.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel that the city is? Yeah, no problem. Do you feel that the city has been supportive of?
I think that the current policies and leadership have created over the years a humanitarian crisis that gets worse and worse and worse because of policies and at the end that allow people to suffer instead of allow them to live. I mean, whatever they've been doing doesn't work.
When did you start We Heart Seattle?
I started, our very first litter pick was October 17th of last year when I was just walking through the streets, and all I could think to do was to start helping clean.
So you literally started this out of need. Last year you were like, I have to do something.
Sick of people pointing the fingers, blaming the mayor, blaming the council, blame. Civic engagement and volunteerism has always been a part of a well-working government, and shame on all of us for not getting out and getting help. There's 750,000 Seattleites and a few thousand unhoused people that could use all of that reinforcement to help them up and out of their crisis.
So just like we got you, we see you.
Yeah.
Like we Heart Seattle. We see you, we got you.
Yeah,
and that's what you're doing.
We heart Seattle, and we're here for more beautiful and safe Seattle for all to enjoy.
Absolutely. So I'm going to end my little live unless you want to talk any more. We're going to be out here for a little while longer. I just want to give people some privacy and we can chat a little bit more. Okay.